Okay, working on a 2006 Yamaha 660 motor from a Rhino. So Rhino Grizzly, same thing. What happened to my original engine? This is a lot has changed. In fact, I replaced this engine case because it had an issue. And when my motor got damaged, the oil pump sprocket broke, and pieces of the sprocket went up into this gearing, and it lodged up and bent this starter gear, which comes off of the crankshaft there. And then as I was putting this motor together, I tried to put a new nut on this balancer. So I replaced the crankshaft, I replaced the oil pump, but I didn't think of replacing the balancer nor this gear here. Now this gear has some very slight dings kind of on the side of one of these teeth. It's not bad. But what I noticed when I looked at the original nut, and you can see these marks from the broken sprocket that broke when this engine was running. So there was impact on this balancer. So the question is this balancer bent? So I've hooked up this dial indicator here. What I did is I turned the sprocket, I put this sprocket on, and this is actually backwards, but why I did that is so that I could make this dial indicator, that I could mount it and I could get a good reading. And this is, fitted sleeve. So unfortunately, you see there, as I spin this, it moves as much as 4 or 5 thousandths. So what I have to do is I decided I'm going to replace this balancer, and I'm also going to replace this. There happens to be you could spend, for these 3 parts, if you order all Yamaha, you're going to be spending around $350. This gear, this sprocket, turns the oil pump. We've got this large gear. This is not part of the piston assembly or the transmission. I'm thinking it's going to be okay to use an aftermarket part or possibly used part if you can find one off of a running motor. So that's what I'm going to do. eBay has quite a few of these balancers with this gear. You can get them matched. Some of the ads, I would suggest doing the research, finding one that has some evidence. Some guys put videos up there. They show the machine running, that they pulled all the parts off of. And otherwise, you could go buy the Yamaha OEM. You're going to be spending about $350 for this setup. So in case you've got a bent balancer, I would highly recommend replacing it. And this is a little test you can do to find out if the shaft on that balancer is bent.